The iPhone 12. This is the iPhone I was most excited about from Apple. All new design, same great screen, better camera sensors. There's a lot to like about it, but there are some things under the surface that we need to talk about.
Coming in, flex, I just wanna win.
The iPhone 12 Pro, as I say often in these reviews, I won't dig into specs as this is not your first video you're watching, but I'll talk about my experiences with the phone as a real user. For the past 2 weeks, this has been my main phone, taking calls, texts, emails, everything from this phone. First of all, in the hand, this phone feels amazing. I love how the iPhone 12 feels, but the Pro feels even better. It feels like a little tank. The back is frosted and the camera lens is glossy. On the non-Pro, you have it in reverse, where the lens is frosted and the glossy glass is on the bottom. This phone is most definitely a looker, but there is one thing that stops it short of perfection, and that's the edges. It gets fingerprints and it stains, and it makes the edges look very dirty on an otherwise awesome, clean looking device. Of course, all this stuff is minor if you toss it in a case, which you can definitely do. I'll link a few cases I've been using recently. They're not sponsoring this content or anything like that, but these are cases that I used. Speaking of cases, you may not need one as this phone is made to withstand some pretty good drops using its new build and glass. However, the metal edges scratch and the screen also scratches too. You could get a screen protector. Once again, I'll link the ones that I'm actually using because I have a couple scratches on my phone already. Now, one of the big emphasis on this phone is all about cameras. Look, I love taking pictures, but these days, since I'm a boring dad and I can't travel, I take pictures of my son all the time and pretty much nothing else. We had an opportunity to go to an apple orchard recently, and I do play golf. So I do have some decent shots in there, but they're not typical because I normally travel a lot. So let's talk about a few things. The Pro has a 3-camera setup. You have an ultra wide, a wide, and a 2x zoom. The ultra wide camera has seen some impressive updates from last year. The image is sharp all the way through and the edges no longer barrel, they are straight. And this gives you some great perspective shots that still looks realistic. The wide angle camera, which is the default camera, has had a huge improvement and the images just look better. They're sharper, more detailed, and looks way more realistic before with subdued saturation. HDR has kicked it up a notch too, which I wish I could show in this video, but looking at my hoodie, the light shining through just looks mwah. But looking at it on a phone, it looks even better. Portrait mode has had a nice update, which gives me more flexibility to nail shots on moving objects. Even with static shots, it's still better separating the background from the front. It's not perfect, but it's getting pretty close. Video mode has seen an improvement as well with Dolby Vision HDR. You'll need to turn it on in the options, and I wouldn't really keep it on, but in the right situation, it's fantastic. Now, if you don't know what Dolby Vision is, it's an HDR format that Apple is using. It's a lot of jargon behind it, a lot of controversy behind it. Just know that you have the option to shoot at this impressive HDR format, this codec if you will, but it can't be viewed on all devices. If you have an HDR phone, I have a link to a video that Jonathan Morrison made, and make sure you download it and not stream it and watch it on a phone with HDR, and you'll see how great it looks. Stabilization is great too, and low light performance is even better. You get a night mode that looks really good with all the lenses, which I find to be better than anything out there, including this year's Pixel. Apple has lengthened its lead when it comes to video performance, and it closed the gap even more against the Pixel. Hey guys, I want to take a quick break here to talk about today's video sponsor, TradeMore. TradeMore is a great way to sell or buy used phones, tablets, and smartwatches. As we know, the iPhone is pretty expensive, so if you have an old phone laying around, type it in TradeMore and see what you can get for it. It is very simple to do it. You just select your phone, the specifications, and then from there you get an offer. Now, once you have the offer, you can get paid via PayPal or even a digital MasterCard. You then get a prepaid box, you package it up and send it to them. It is very, very simple to do it. I'd be foolish to guarantee you'll get the most money, but what I can say is give them a shot. It is very simple and it's no risk to just see what they're offering. Hit my first link down below to try it out today. And once again, a big thanks to TradeMore for sponsoring this video. MagSafe is Apple's new attachment system. So far, it's been pretty, I have the wallet and the charger and also the case. I made a video on those already and you can check those out down below. And of course, this is just the beginning of MagSafe, and when third-party accessories come to market, then we'll definitely see how MagSafe will be working out. But as of right now, there's nothing I'd recommend buying at this moment. Battery life to me has been a setback. Even on Wi-Fi all day, I'm not getting a full day on the 12 Pro. I take it off the charger around 7 a.m. and by 9 p.m., I'm at 20% left and sometimes 10% left. I don't think I use my phone overly a lot. In that time period, I use my phone probably 5 hours. And with the 12 regular, for whatever reason, I'm 15 to 20% more battery life than on the Pro. I'm not sure why. Performance is everything we'd expect on this phone, and I talked about that aspect more so in my iPhone 12 video. As they have the same hardware, performance is exactly the same. So if you want to know more about performance beyond me saying it's fast, then watch that video linked below. This phone retails for $999 for 128 gigabytes of storage, and you add an extra $100 for 256 gigabytes of storage. And that's the problem. Not that this phone is expensive, all phones are expensive these days, but the fact that the iPhone 12 is such a great phone and hundreds of dollars cheaper. This year, the divide between the two phones are so small, it's hard for me to justify buying the 12 Pro. The regular 12 is a great phone and might be dollar for dollar the best phone of 2020. So why in the world would someone need to buy a 12 Pro? Extra lens, frosted back, I don't know. I just don't see the justification here. Of course, the 12 Pro Max will be coming out in just a couple of weeks, and things may be different on that side as it has a different sensor in the camera for low light, and also you get that better battery life. Of course, I will be checking that out, so make sure you hit subscribe down below, leave a comment, and also ring that bell notification so you can be notified when I make more videos like this. I'm Kevin the Tech Ninja. Have yourself a great day. Holla at you folks later. Peace.